I joined the Marines right out of high school. It was a calling. Some people spend years searching for their purpose, but for me, it was clear from the start. I grew up watching my father, a proud veteran, fold the American flag with reverence, and I listened to my grandfather's stories about brotherhood and sacrifice. The values of service and honor were woven into the fabric of my family, and I knew I wanted to carry that legacy forward. Service and sacrifice were in my blood. I remember the day I told my family I was enlisting. There were tears, but also pride. My mother hugged me a little tighter, and my father simply nodded, understanding the weight of the decision. I was young, maybe a little naive, but I was determined to make them proud and to live up to the ideals they had instilled in me. I became a Marine Corps Aircraft Rescue Firefighter. It wasn't just about fighting fires, it was about being ready for anything, at any time. We trained for the worst, hoping we'd never have to face it. But knowing that if we did, we'd be prepared. The roar of jet engines, the heat of the tarmac, the adrenaline of a call, these became my new normal. We called ourselves the Guardians. We weren't just firefighters, we were protectors, always watching, always ready. There was a sense of pride in that title, a sense of responsibility that went beyond the uniform. We knew that when disaster struck, we'd be the ones running toward the danger, not away from it. Our job was simple: be the first in and the last out. When the alarm sounded, there was no hesitation. We moved as one, each of us trusting the others with our lives. The stakes were high, but so was our commitment to each other and to the mission. Risk our lives to save others. It was an honor. Every rescue, every life saved reminded me why I chose this path. The gratitude in a rescued pilot's eyes, the relief in a comrade's voice, those moments made every hardship worth it. Every day I woke up with a purpose. I trained hard, the discipline was relentless, but it forged us into something stronger than we could ever be alone. Early mornings, late nights, sweat and exhaustion. These were the building blocks of our resilience. I stood shoulder to shoulder with the bravest men and women I've ever known. We were a family. We laughed together, we struggled together, and we celebrated every victory, no matter how small. The bonds we formed were unbreakable, forged in fire and tested by adversity. We looked out for each other. In the toughest moments, it was the person next to you who kept you going. We learned to trust, to lean on each other, and to never leave anyone behind. We believed in something bigger than ourselves. It wasn't just about individual achievement, it was about serving a cause, a nation, and an ideal that united us all. We believed in our country. The flag wasn't just a symbol, it was a reminder of everyone who came before us, and everyone who would come after. It was a promise to protect the freedoms we all cherish. We believed in our oath to protect and serve. Those words we spoke at enlistment weren't just a formality, they were a vow, a commitment to uphold the highest standards, no matter the cost. Being a Marine wasn't just a job, it was a calling that shaped every part of who I was. It demanded everything, but it gave back even more: purpose, pride, and a sense of belonging. It was a way of life, the camaraderie, the discipline, the shared sense of mission. It became the foundation of my identity. Even in the toughest times, I knew I was exactly where I was meant to be. It was about integrity, courage, and commitment. These weren't just words. They were the code we lived by, the standards we held ourselves to every single day. It was about putting others before yourself. Whether it was a fellow Marine, a civilian in need, or a community facing disaster, we were there to help, to serve, and to make a difference. It was about knowing that no matter what, you had your brothers and sisters by your side. Through every challenge, every loss, and every triumph, we stood together. And then, everything changed. I didn't expect my time in the Marines to end the way it did. It wasn't on the battlefield. It wasn't in a blaze of glory. It was a routine training exercise, a freak accident, a back injury that wouldn't heal. Suddenly, my world was turned upside down. I went from being a Marine, a guardian, to a patient. I was medically discharged, sent home. It felt like I was leaving a part of myself behind. The transition back to civilian life was tough. I felt lost, adrift, like I didn't belong. I missed the camaraderie. I missed the purpose. I missed the feeling of being part of something bigger than myself. I wasn't alone. I saw it in the eyes of other veterans. The same confusion, the same sense of loss, the struggle to find their footing in a world that felt foreign. Some turned to drugs or alcohol to numb the pain. Some ended up homeless, living on the streets they swore to protect. They were heroes. They had sacrificed so much for our country, and yet, they were forgotten. lost in the system, battling for benefits, for healthcare, for a roof over their heads. It was heartbreaking. These were men and women who had given everything. They deserved better. They deserved our respect. They deserved our support. But it wasn't just veterans who were struggling. I saw it in my own community. Young people, full of potential but lacking direction. Families struggling to make ends meet. Kids growing up without role models, without mentors, without hope. They were falling through the cracks. And I knew something had to be done. I realized that the values I learned in the Marines, honor, courage, commitment, weren't just for the battlefield. They were needed now more than ever. Our communities needed them, our youth needed them, our veterans needed them. And that's when the idea for Covenant of Courage was born. Covenant of Courage isn't just a name, it's a promise. A promise to stand with our veterans, our youth, and our families. To provide them with the support, guidance, and opportunities they need to thrive. We believe that everyone deserves a chance to succeed, no matter their background, no matter their circumstances. We're not about handouts. No, we're about hand-ups. We're about empowering people to take control of their lives and reach their full potential. We're about building a stronger, more resilient community. Together. At Covenant of Courage, we believe that true impact comes from action, not just words. Every day we roll up our sleeves and get involved, turning our promises into tangible results for those who need us most. Our mission is simple: to stand beside our veterans, families, and youth, offering more than just hope. We offer real, practical help. We provide veterans with safe, stable housing, ensuring they have a place to call home as they rebuild their lives. Our dedicated volunteers help them move in, settle down, and start fresh. But we don't stop there. We offer comprehensive job training programs, equipping veterans with the skills and confidence they need to re-enter the workforce and pursue meaningful careers. We understand that the transition from military to civilian life can be challenging, especially when it comes to mental health. That's why we provide access to counseling, group therapy, and ongoing support, helping veterans heal from trauma and build resilience for the future. Navigating the maze of paperwork and resources can be overwhelming. Our team guides veterans every step of the way, connecting them with benefits, healthcare, and community support networks that empower them to thrive. We're committed to helping veterans transition back into civilian life with dignity and purpose. Whether it's finding a new job, securing a home, or simply adjusting to a new routine, we're there to support them at every turn. Our work doesn't end with veterans. We believe in building a stronger future by investing in our youth. Through mentorship programs, leadership workshops, and educational opportunities, we help young people discover their strengths and unlock their potential. By providing guidance and encouragement, we help the next generation develop the skills, confidence, and resilience they need to become successful, compassionate adults who give back to their communities. We also recognize that families in our community face tough times. That's why we offer support to those in need, providing food, clothing, and essential resources to help them get back on their feet. Our outreach programs ensure that no one is left behind. We connect families with vital community services, from healthcare to education to financial assistance, making sure they have access to the support systems that can make a real difference in their lives. During times of crisis, our compassionate team is there to guide families through challenges, offering comfort, advice, and hands-on help as they navigate difficult situations. Our commitment is unwavering. We're on the ground every day, working tirelessly to deliver care, support, and hope to those who need it most. Our volunteers and staff are the heart of our mission, always ready to lend a hand. At Covenant of Courage, we turn compassion into action, making a real, lasting difference in the lives of veterans, families, and young people across our community. Covenant of Courage isn't a charity, it's a covenant, a sacred bond, a promise to never leave a man or woman behind. We believe in the power of human connection. We believe that everyone has something to offer. We believe that by working together, we can overcome any challenge. This isn't about pity, it's about respect. It's about recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. It's about building a community where everyone feels valued, supported, and empowered. This isn't just my fight, it's our fight. We need your help, we need your passion, we need your commitment. Volunteer your time, donate to the cause, spread the word. Every little bit helps. Together we can make a difference. Together, we can honor the sacrifices of our veterans. Together, we can empower our youth. Together, we can build a brighter future for all. The fight to support our veterans, our youth, and our families is not just a responsibility, it is a promise we make to one another, a pledge that no one will be forgotten or left behind. In every corner of our communities, there are people who have given so much, who have sacrificed for the greater good, and who now look to us for support, understanding, and compassion. This journey is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, endurance, and a willingness to walk alongside those who need us most, every step of the way. Progress may be slow at times, but every act of kindness, every moment of encouragement brings us closer to a stronger, more united community. It's a commitment that demands our constant attention and unwavering dedication. We must be vigilant, always ready to listen, to lend a hand, and to stand up for those who may not have the strength to stand on their own. Our dedication is measured not just in grand gestures, but in the everyday moments when we choose to care. Covenant of Courage is more than just an organization, it is a living, breathing movement built on the foundation of empathy, respect, and shared purpose. Here, every voice matters, and every story is honored. It's a beacon of hope, shining brightly for those who may feel lost or alone. In times of darkness, it is the light that guides us forward, reminding us that together, we can overcome even the greatest challenges. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, to our ability to rise above adversity and to lift each other up, no matter the obstacles we face. Remember, we are our brother's keepers. We are the ones who look out for one another, who refuse to let anyone fall through the cracks. We are our sister's keepers. We are all connected by invisible threads of compassion and shared humanity, and it is our duty to nurture those bonds. It is our responsibility to lift each other up, to be the support system that so many desperately need. When one of us stumbles, we all reach out to help them rise again. To offer a helping hand is to offer hope, dignity, and the reassurance that no one is ever truly alone. These small acts of kindness ripple outward, creating waves of positive change, and to never, ever give up on each other. No matter how difficult the road may become, we stand together, united by a shared commitment to persevere. Let us answer the call to serve once more, not on distant battlefields, but right here at home, in our neighborhoods, our schools, and our local communities. The greatest battles we face today are not fought with weapons, but with compassion, understanding, and a willingness to make a difference where it matters most. The fight for a better tomorrow begins today, in the choices we make and the love we show. Together, let's ensure that no one is left behind and that hope always finds a way.